What you're about to hear is part of the Podgods Network. If you have a problem with anything you hear, please write it in an email and go fuck yourself. Enjoy the show.
What's up, Oz?
What's happening?
Should probably kill the... Not much, man. We just started.
We certainly did.
Did he go bye-bye? Nope.
Sorry, my camera is being operated by a fucking idiot.
You?
I know, right?
You need a new crew, sir.
Yes.
I know. I'm thinking of actually letting the other guy go back to his career in sort of medical taxidermy and vivisection. So I think it's perhaps a little bit better a use of his time. So
Now, I actually think you could use him for what you're doing and what he does.
do you think multi-skilling? I don't know if I've got the patience to, or like the hardware equipment to be actually able to train someone with that level of cruelty. I think it'd be enormously psychologically taxing for me over the long term.
Fair enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right. Yeah, no, I am a fairly strident taskmaster, as you know, most of the listening audience would be entirely aware, as I'm sort of. A lot of you may or may not know that rather than disciplining my children, you know, with the usual methods like threats of adoption or, so, you know, little stabs with a biro or, you know, just the usual thing, I actually try to educate them. So I give them push-ups, which is actually true. A lot of people don't realise. Because I came from a military background and still do, apparently. The big thing for me is if you threaten someone, then they only learn fear. If you hit someone, they learn resentment. If you shout at someone, they learn affection for metal. So...
Metal.
It's kind of important.
That explained a lot about me.
Devil horns.
Yes.
The 3-year-old that does that now, I've got no idea if she realises what the fuck she's doing, but my wife finds it enormously annoying.
Most 3-year-olds don't know what they're doing.
But yes, push-ups. And the idea behind it was that eventually my eldest daughter, we're up at my parents' house, and she went off tits about something or other. So... as you still want. So I had this idea that I was actually going to give push-ups, and she was a little bit resistant. I said, no, I'll do them with you because you've got a very bad daddy, because you don't understand what you've done wrong, so obviously it's something that I've done wrong. So we did 10 push-ups together. Well, it worked so well that I've actually carried on doing it. So I've had my 6-year-old punch out 30 push-ups before. Admittedly, she's ready to die at the end of it, but... if it's something as a result of me miseducating her about, I'll actually do them with her, and we have a break in between 10. So now my 6-year-old actually...
Wait, hold on. What kind of break? Like you have some ice cream or something in between?
Have
a water break.
a sprinkle.
Foster's.
Ah, good call. Now stop it. He doesn't drink Foster's.
No one does.
Come on.
Name. Foster's the sort of thing you wash your balls in.
That's what it tastes like, too, so I understand.
It does. We've got a thing here called Tui's Extra Dry, or Ted's. So we end up by smashing that into our head. Or if the further north you go, generally the more stupid you become.
It's the opposite here. Sorry, Dana, that was not meant. That was not meant as a shot at you, dude.
Yeah, it was.
It was not.
Sure it was.
All right, maybe.
Whatever. I'm way smarter than you guys, so I don't care.
Come on, dudes, remember the Alamo. They've been milking that for years.
Oh, I know. She's told me about it. Ugh.
I know. Oh, shit, that was the most evil glance I've
I
ever
told
got.
you that we were milking the Alamo.
Anyway, so yeah, I haven't...
I'll do it for the story.
You'll milk out anyone for the story, Tony. Uh-oh. There we go.
Like the deep south
Yeah,
of the
Skype's
United
acting up.
States. I think it might be because of the equator, but in Queensland, their primary beer that they drink is called 4X. So
Sounds like an
4X
energy drink.
apparently is Australian for beer. So there you go. So
Are you saying our propaganda's been lying to us here?
Enormously. Seriously, I would be dead set pissed off about it. I mean, after the Obamacare and, you know, kids walking into schools and shooting other kids, but...
How dare TV lie to me?
I know, right?
Now, how does it feel to eat at the original Outback?
God.
See, a lot of people are really surprised when they actually come overseas, they come and visit from, like, the US, and I've got some friends that have come over from Canada. Like, they hear about the Great Australian Bush. I think they're working on the theory that the Great Australian Bush is essentially one plant. People walk around looking at people at the airport, and they're going, which way is the bush? And it's just like, dude, you're in a fucking airport. And they find it, like, enormously disappointing. But for some reason, I can't figure out what it is about you cats, but you really dig on koalas, and you would know my opinion. I know, right?
I'm with you about punching them. You know, I'm all on board for the punching them. Yeah.
Fuck koalas. Right?
I only like them if they're killing cats and raping dogs. That's all.
Well, that's enough
Gum
of
nuts.
your personal habits.
Am I a koala?
I've seen her suit.
Was she Mario all of a sudden?
That was private.
The qualifications for being a koala are apparently you have to have genital scabies, piss on the Japanese, and really razor-sharp claws. So that, I don't know, Tate, does that sound like you?
Sounds about right.
No. Sounds like Brian, actually.
I don't have scabies. Pissing on the Japanese, I might do.
What about the razor sharp claws?
I've got razor-sharp nails. And also, one of the other things is they get high a lot. Pretty much all they do... Fuck koalas. All right? Koala bear. Anyway, since we've put it up, right, this is an animal... Fuck koalas. Right? It's a very stupid-looking, fat... fucking thing that sits in a tree and it goes that's the noise it actually makes, right?
So it's like most of the guys outside of Tate's house. The mouth breathers.
Get any place there, try and actually figure out what the sea creature is meshed against the glass. Anyway, so this fucking animal, its main food source is a plant called the eucalypt or gum tree. Now, it creates a euphoric high. So, in other words, this animal eats this stuff and gets stoned. What does it do then? It goes fucking. And not only does it go fucking, but it fucks noisily. So, this hairy, scabies-ridden, razor-clawed fucking pissing machine drops out a tree going... Fuck koalas. You know what?
Oh my God!
Since you brought it up,
What?
You brought it up.
We did?
shut up, mate. This is my time to shine.
Don't you have your own show to shine on?
Oh my God! I knew you'd bring that up. We'll have you on. It's fine. We've got to find a token female. Okay, your name's on the list. Okay, we're not getting GG back, so you never know. We'll work out a shareware thing for the happen. Anyway, this thing, during the bushfires in Australia, they had koalas exploding because they had so much eucalyptus oil in them that these things, eucalyptus oil is enormously flammable. So when there was a bushfire, you'd hear,
You need. Whoa, hold on, Oz. Is there footage of this somewhere?
I wish there was. The only footage there is of a touching scene where there's a burnt koala being fed water out of the drink bottle of a firefighter. It's enormously touching. You know, that koala did recovered and it would have pissed on someone, and then it's at the back of my place going, That's what I want to do. I don't get the opportunity.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We lost some sound here. Oz, we lost your sound.
Or something
There we go.
Australian and stupid. Get the opportunity. Fuck koalas. And while we're on the topic, fuck pandas and whales. When's the last time a whale tried to save you? I got locked out of my car in a car park. I had to wait 4 hours for my wife to come and bring the change of keys, the spare set of keys. A whale wasn't there to help me. Why should I contribute money to save a whale? Fuck whale.
That would have been great if a whale did show up, though.
That would have been pretty awesome.
You call a locksmith, it's a whale, it shows up. It's like, hey, how's it going?
Walks away. And that's the whale translation for, hey, lucky I've got a spare set.
Well, it's good to know if we need someone to translate animals that we can call on you for that.
It's true.
I know, right? Seriously.
Tony does most of our foreigner impressions. So.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I take care of that.
So, since the crocodile hunter took his last interview with Ray a bit seriously, it's sort of they've needed someone to actually step up to the breach and sort of. So the crocodile hunter's kid, his daughter's name's Bindi.
Yep.
And Bindi in Australia is actually a small variety of native grass with sharp little things. Like of a summer, when you're a kid, as is your want, you'd go strolling across the lawn and all of a sudden you'd feel like your foot was actually on fire and you'd stepped on like a million bear traps and ants' nests once. And those are Bindis. And I just thought how appropriate, considering seeing what the crocodile hunter's daughter's like in front of a camera, that she's named after a small little prick that gets under your feet. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Hey, Oz, have you ever given a best man speech at a wedding?
I actually have. True story. Us came back to a period called 1996.
I barely remember that. I was a senior in high school.
Fuck you. Anyway.
I was a sophomore?
All right. I was considerably older.
think.
This
3 years later, we partied like it was 1999.
We did. And,
Oh, boo.
and I was drunk before it was 2000 and passed out. That was
in 1999, I was throwing drunken arseholes out of a club. So, yeah. I don't want to make it seem like I've done a lot, but, you know, I have. Largely as a result of sort of, you know, pursuing sort of lucre or trying to score ass. But anyway, it's another story. So, 1996, my younger brother got married, and I had sort of the honour of being the best man at his wedding. But leading up to that, I was actually working in the entertainment industry. I had this idea that I was actually going to be a professional actor. It's hard to believe, I know, given sort of my looks, but you know, they might have been doing a reboot of like Francis the Talking Mule or something. So they were filming the movie The Phantom in Australia with Billy Zane.
Mm-hmm.
So now at the time that I was actually in the acting industry, I gave a shit about my physical appearance. So I was actually going to the gym. I had a body like a condom full of walnuts. So I had the typical sun-kissed Australian body that makes men wet. So I actually looked reasonably chiselled, and I was okay with it, curiously enough, because I used to date a lot more, sort of not looking like something that had dropped out of the nose of a whale.
Fuck whales.
Fuck whales. Let's not go there again.
I know, T. Quit bringing whales up.
That I live in a state of Australia called New South Wales. So it's a cruel twist of irony. Anyway, so I went, short story long, I went to my agents and she said, out of curiosity, what do you look like without your shirt off? And I went, oh man, I know exactly where this is going. And
Yep, pants are next.
I said, what is that? And she said, how would you look in purple? And I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, Billy Zane's shooting The Phantom. And I went, what? Seriously? What do you want me to do? You want me to be a bad guy? No, they're looking for body doubles. Well, I actually screen tested for it, and I got it. Downside, it commenced shooting on the 27th of January, which was when I was supposed to be the best man at my brother's wedding. Well, I moved heaven and earth to actually try and knock that actually on the head and be able to do both. In the end, I chose my brother's wedding, which, considering all the coverage and the hype that the Phantom movie got and where Billy Zane's career went directly afterwards, I think was the right decision.
You chose wisely.
Yeah, you know. Admittedly, I am relatively curious as to what I would have looked like in a purple body sock, but, you know, that's going to be the dream. I can work up to that eventually again one day, so...
I'm still stuck on walnuts in a condom.
Yeah, right? By the way, that might be the name of the show.
I like it. Now I'm gonna test that out and see what that looks like.
I'd come out of the gym, and the gym that I used to go to is run by sort of an ex-army physical training instructor, and because, like, I'm actually ex-army, current Navy, but ex-army at the time, like, you essentially shoot the shit with sort of ex-defence personnel, and he'd say, "What's going on, champions? Oh, geez, look at you, you're ripped!" Like this. And obviously anyone with that level of excitement is either high, insane, or like channeling a greyhound with like a lit firework in its arsehole. So
Sounds like an exploding koala.
Yeah.
Dude was really excited. And I never felt entirely comfortable describing myself as ripped. And I was never a juice head like he was, so I sort of looked at myself in the mirror one day and I just thought, you know, I look like either sort of a bowel after it's sort of been afflicted with diverticulosis and it's got little pockets of fecal matter actually trapped in there. It's all bumpy and horrible looking. And I thought, how can I actually relate that in a comedic way to like an adoring public, just in case I ever, years from now, end up on a podcast.
Right.
And I thought,
Perfect. Good forethought.
This is it. You have to plan ahead. People don't plan to fail to plan.
Wait a minute.
I actually thought about it, workshopped a couple of things. I thought, oh, loose change and a rubber glove. No, not quite. I know, let's go for a condom full of walnuts. So that was my decision. I stuck by it.
I think
Wise
you
choice.
chose wisely.
Yeah, wise choice.
Yeah.
Here I am. So there you go. True story.
It clearly paid off since you're, you know,
I know, right?
raking in the big bucks on the podcast.
It's
now.
true. Hitting the
Totally.
podcast
See, all
circuit.
the those I've amassed, I'm hoping I could actually buy one of those giant polystyrene foam hands with the number 1 on it. So that's going to be the dream, actually owning one of those. Or one of those plastic hammers that make a squeaking noise. So,
Trade in all his tickets.
Yeah. Huh?
right.
Living the dream.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Chasing it and living it.
So what's going on with you anyway?
Not much. We literally just started the show when you called in.
Yeah.
You had excellent timing.
Oh, well, if anything, I can be sort of complimented on my timing and also my easygoing approach to sort of Australian marsupial mammals.
You are clearly a conservationist. So.
I know.
Yeah.
Everything, koalas, pandas, and whales, apparently, but anyway. You know what animal, like, in Tasmania, where I grew up, home to Tasmania.
I'm picturing the cartoon show when
Yeah,
he says
same
that.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Basically, I spent ages sort of, when I was a kid growing up in Tassie in the 70s, you might remember the 70s, that's when Elvis was still alive.
I wasn't alive then.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, so my parents
2
didn't
years.
hold out to like the 80s or the 90s, you know, like a period that was actually good. So it ended up. Oh shit! Sorry. I tucked myself into the desk. My penis got in the way. So anyway, growing up in like Tasmania in the 1970s.
The one you keep on the desk or the one that's attached to you?
I tried actually removing it, but I had trouble sort of unscrewing the nuts. Aren't you, ladies? Anyway, so growing up in 1970s Tasmania. God, get a hold of yourself.
It's tough. Yeah,
I know.
it's difficult
Nice
with her
we go
sometimes.
through every week.
Yeah. We try to have a serious conversation, and she's just a mess most of the time.
Yeah.
This
Me.
in Texas. Otherwise, you'd actually be physically carrying through the podcast. I can see it.
Well, at least she's little.
It's true.
I know, right? It's
I'm
true.
a boulder.
I'm weak as shit, so I could at least carry her, though. So
It's like a chicken's instep now. I no longer actually go to the gym, so dead set. I've got a body like the Greek god of like
Pudding?
dental hygiene.
Oh,
so it's,
yeah.
Domestos.
Dental
Or
hygiene.
It's got good teeth, though.
well-known gods. So Clash of the Titans, the others. So anyway, so short story long. Getting back to Tasmania, I remember watching the cartoons as a kid, and sort of I remember the biggest disappointment of my life seeing exactly what the Tasmanian devil was like, and it's about a foot long and it smells. It also gets chlamydia. I don't know what it is about Australian marsupial men.
Enough about the penis.
I know, right?
But they get, like, chlamydia and cold sores around the eyes, so I'll be fucked if I know what their sexual...
Again, enough about the penis. No, sorry, man.
Jesus.
All right.
We're out of control.
All right, we'll act like we're not 13.
What?
Yes, cut it out.
Oh, dude.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh, have mercy.
It's a full house.
Don't even.
How rude.
So yes, I just want to say Tasmania was enormously disappointing. That's it. I'm not going to dwell upon the subject because Tate needs to get a hold of herself because she's shaking a bit. So it's absolutely.
Yeah, she's not professional like we are. Yeah.
Plus, she drinks.
Yeah, and she's an alcoholic. It's true.
Okay.
Just watch her through the whole thing. She's just knocking back. Like, she's on, like, last week, you should have heard her. She opened, like, 14 beers while she was talking to us.
Okay, 4. Let's calm down.
Whatever, it was 14.
Sounds like they've got a different number system in Texas.
Well, they only can count as high as their teeth.
Nice.
She's in Arkansas, by the way, so
It's true.
Arkansas.
we got to get it right.
So
Yeah, she's in Arkansas, so it's...
Arkansas.
Yeah, pretty terrible. Sorry, Arkansas, if anybody's listening.
You're not sorry.
For those of you who are still listening, Tate's from.
I'm not from Arkansas. Don't get it twisted.
She just resides there.
I'm from Texas. I live in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like a graft, if anything.
Yeah.
So you're actually like that rogue cancer cell that's actually entered the healthy organism and is just slowly killing the environment.
I think it works the opposite way with her in the South.
You're saying that Arkansas is a healthy environment?
Okay, I'll
Obviously, you've
revolt.
never been here.
Well, everything outside of Australia is enormously sophisticated, as you can probably guess. Sort of, we're very good on the sunburnt and splendid professional vomiting, beer drinking, and basically sort of supporting any other country that seems to go and cause conflicts anywhere else in the world, because Australians generally are brawlers. But our culture's sort of, I don't know, it's reinventing ourselves. So we're still sticking to the beer drinking Vegemite thing, obviously. So, and Americans are starting to wise up now. Most of you realise that you can't actually ride around in a kangaroo by sitting in its fucking pouch. So you can try, but it always ends badly.
Oh, I got to cross something off my bucket list real quick. No.
Probably stick your head in one of their pouches, but...
No, I can't.
No.
I have a big head, dude. No.
It's true.
That's true. I'm actually impressed that you find headphones that actually fit.
I know, me too. They're actually almost all the way out.
So that actually, it's particularly awesome because I guess that qualifies your headphones as being in surround sound. So
Yeah,
it's weird.
yeah. This one's hitting one wall and this one's hitting the other one.
Nice. So yes, so the show's just begun,
Yes.
and I just happened to call in, just complete. I was actually going to leave something for the bucket list, and then I hung up instantly because I realised I didn't have anything for kind of the bucket list. So I thought of a couple of things, but sort of I've pretty much done kind of a bit already.
Like,
so,
punch all the koalas should be one of your items.
Yes.
I would really, I would really love to punch. This makes me sound like enormously psychopathic and quite probably appropriately, but
Too
just
late.
The koala thing really annoys me. But I should actually express that I'm not about animal cruelty at all. So just where appropriate.
It's kind of like child abuse. That's how I feel. I'm not for it, but sometimes, I mean,
Exactly.
sometimes lines get crossed.
Okay.
No.
Awkward silence. Oh, excuse me, my phone is going on. Excuse me for a moment.
Oh my god. He's Wonder Woman.
To take a phone call.
He has Wonder Woman as his ringtone also. Wonder Woman. Oh my god. I was waiting for him to start spinning around to turn into Wonder Woman. Oh
Maybe it's the JLA calling.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
I bet it is.
Wow. I'm worn out now.
I know.
Woo!
That was like speed.
Y'all were warned.
I know. Jesus Christ.
Wonder Woman. Wow. Wow.
Okay.